Hello everyone, welcome to a very beautiful Santa Barbara. This is the Flight Sim Deck. My name is Patrick. Today we're going to be doing a quick flight from Santa Barbara Municipal Airport up to Sacramento International Airport in the north. It's going to be Southwest flight number 639, and the main focus of today's video will be checking out PMDG's new tablet, which pretty much means we'll be checking out Navigraph moving maps. So come along and let's see how all that functions with this new tablet. We are in the flight deck, and this is the new tablet. You can activate it in the equipment page. I believe it's one of the last ones, like page 16, 17, something like that. And we already have our departure chart in there. But you can load in all the charts. It's got everything if you have the subscription. And that's the thing. Now see, I kind of felt steamrolled into having to get this nav subscription. It's a fantastic program. I love the moving charts. I've just not purchased it until now because I like to use airnav.com, and all the charts on there are free, and that's just always what I've used. I believe, like, you know, with the moving charts is, while it's cool, I have Volanta running, or I have, you know, I got the primary flight display here, so I haven't really needed it. The paper charts were good enough for me to follow. I mean, but this is a cool luxury to have. I just felt like it was the only option you had to have fun with this tablet, other than the calculator. I mean, that was it. I just kind of felt like, you know, at a basic level here, we should have a PDF viewer. I mean, when I think about the first tablet I ever used in Flight Sim, I think it was the 717, the TFDI 717 that had a tablet. And, you know, there wasn't much to that tablet, but at a basic level, it had an area where it was linked to a folder where you could drop in PDF files and then view those PDFs on the tablet. So I would have totally gone that route if that was an option, but they did not give that as an option. So that just has me feeling that I'm just there's a deal here, or something's going on to you know, want to entice people to just get the Navigraph subscription to use it. But I mean, it is beautiful. It works beautifully in this tablet here with your flights, and I love finally having some charts or something to look at in a tablet form on a PMDG aircraft. That's a first. So I am happy about that. I just wish there was more to this tablet. So we're holding short here of runway 25. We're going to hit the parking brake and just hold off and check a few things. I want to switch over to our departure chart to show you how that all works. Normally I like to narrate what's going on in the flight, you know, as we taxi and all this stuff, but today I would just really want to kind of focus on this, you know, a real use case pretty much. So we're going over to the departure page. Gouch 2, it's RNAV departure. I like to run the dark. I just looks better to me. I like the contrast better. I'll show you the daytime one later. We're at cruise. We'll set up the Sacramento stuff. Yep, we just scroll down. You can do it by clicking. And it's going to follow us all the way on the departure. There's only one spot in the whole flight where it was like behind like 15 miles or so. But it caught up in like a couple minutes and fixed itself. But if you stick with the video, you can see that later. But yeah, for the most part, it followed the whole flight, worked with everything as expected. Let's reset the fuel. Looks good. Get the landing lights on. And the strobe light, the wing light. And everything looks good. Flaps are 10, TCAS. Trim is set. So we can go ahead and get out of here up north to Sacramento.
On runway 25.
Rate of climb.
He's coming up. We're getting her trimmed out. Gonna go ahead and turn on the autopilot. Let's go ahead and lock the gear, get the flaps up. Auto brake off. And let's see how we're doing on the charts here. Just about to cross the grapes waypoint. And looks like it's doing real good. Right on the money there. Flaps are cleaned up. Climbing real nicely. We're just going to go up to 6,000 for now. About to pass a gouge. 6,000, but we're doing our climb now.
American 31, Los Angeles Center, confirmation, level 320.
As we pass 10,000 feet, so we can go ahead and get these landing lights. Already got the retractables up and get the runway turn off and the taxi, the wing line off, and the engine start switches over to off for both of those. I've heard with this this variant of the PMDG, this 737, you don't need to run those at continuous up to 10,000 feet, but I've just been doing it anyway and then switching them off up to 10,000 and then back on. Here we are, approaching the end of the departure, heading into the Morro Bay. So here's the Sacramento stuff. This is actually the daytime chart, how that looks, because we're going to be doing the Sutter approach down in Sacramento. So we'll be entering the chart around New Ray, and you'll see later that's where I ran into some issues. I don't know what maybe you'd call it like a latency issue, but it was just pretty far behind on where the flight actually was. But then it caught up on its own pretty quickly within a couple minutes. But it did have me concerned that it was that far off. And then if we want to look at the approach, we'll be doing the ILS for 17 right. This is the left side. Right side is not down here, it's getting the 3.5. Right's a little above this, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Cat 2.3. The Cat 2.3 side is a good one. Might be a little foggy. But yeah, that's what that looks like. It's nice to have this, like I said, you know, in the flight deck to have all these things without having to pull up another window, you know. And usually I'm pulling up one of the Internet Explorers, pulling up these charts. If I didn't have them printed or on a tablet or something, physical tablet, I mean. So let's go ahead and make sure New Ray is in there. I think I have Tenco or Tudor in there. Tudor's the one we want to mean. New Ray's just on the published plate. New Ray, I mean Tudor's the transition that we'll use. So we got Tudor programmed in there, and that'll be our approach chart. So this is the area I was talking about, where it was kind of behind on where the flight actually was. So it was just when we entered the chart on this one. It's the only time I saw it do this on the flight. As you can see, we're 4 miles from RAPS, and you can see we're way down here, not even at Sutter yet. So it was off by quite a bit. I tried cycling the little marker on and off a few times. That didn't really do anything. It just, at some point, it just like snapped into the spot it was supposed to be in. Right here is where it's more on point as we're crossing Penn. If you look at the primary flight display, it's pretty much right there, right in line where it should be. So no problems there. So we're on the downwind leg for 17 right, and at this point we're nearing the end of the Rudder approach, so we can switch over to the chart for 17 right. And we're appearing right where we should be. I don't know why it kicked us out. Oh, there it is. Well, where we were. There we go. The zoom just has to catch up. So let's zoom in there. Looks like we have everything correct. I know we got the ILS tuned. We got 168 on the course heading. Going down to 1800. We're going down to 3000 right now. 1800 when we begin our way down the glide slope. There you go, we can see us on the chart, and we will make our base turn at Tudor. But for now, just get to relax. Take a look at the farm life out here in the Northern California Valley. Let's go ahead and set our flaps. It's going to be 30 degrees, which is giving us a speed of 134, so we'll be at 139. Let's get our course heading set to 168 on both sides. We'll keep the main heading 350 right now. That's what we're heading at the moment, so we'll switch it over to 168 on the approach. And yeah, we're just on our way down to 3,000 feet. I really wish there was more to say about this tablet. It's just they didn't include anything else. The calculator, this, and that was it. And I don't know. This is the state I would have expected it to be in the day they announced it. You know what I mean? Just like you got the tablet, maybe the model of it. You got a basic calculator, and you already got the moving maps thing. But basic, just not having the PDF viewer is a big deal to me. I like having things like that. I mean, all the free tablets, all the free projects, all the passion projects out there, they got excellent tablets, tons of features. I mean, definitely, obviously, they need to get the all the ground operations stuff in here too. Everything that for the outside, the doors, all that. I mean, most of it. Probably most of the stuff that's in the FMC should be moved over here, for the equipment pages, the hardware, the simulation settings. Probably best to get all that moved into the tablet, but at a basic level, PDF viewer, I think that needs to happen. I guess I'll keep using this. I signed up for the monthly one, trying it out. Like I said, I just feel like I got already so many moving maps in front of me, but it is, like, again, I have to keep coming back to, like, it is cool, right now to see us coming up there on the, to see us, flying on the approach plate, right there, turning right on base. Which we can do now. Let's go ahead and grab Tudor there. We'll just put it right in the vector. Execute that, and that'll give us a fairly nice turn while we're on LNAV VNAV. Alright, making our base turn onto Tudor now, finally, so we'll be on our final approach, about 15 miles out from Sacramento International Airport. That's the Sacramento River right there on our left. Meets the American River in some parts. Making our way down to 1,800 feet right now. We still got to work on the flaps. Auto brake is set. We won't be doing a reverse thrust landing today. Reverse thrust is non-operational. Can't get the button to work. I don't know what setting I can. When I do get it to work, it only comes out idle, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I gotta get that fixed. If anybody has any suggestions, it was after one of these updates that really screwed it up. Otherwise, it had been fine. But it's the only sim I have the issue. But what a beautiful, beautiful approach you get there. This is the Orbx scenery. It's the first time I'm flying into it. I've flown out of it, but flying into it is a whole different experience. So we're getting to do that. Looking forward to it. 5 miles out now. Let's go sterile cockpit.
Approaching. 17. Right.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, so we've landed. We're at the tail end of the runway in Sacramento. 17 right. Didn't have any reverse thrust, so we did a non-reverse thrust operational landing there. But let's switch out of the chart, the runway chart, and we'll go over to the airport info map. And we can take a look at what that looks like as we taxi to our gate. Be heading down Alpha and turning into Concourse. It was a nice flight. Santa Barbara's a nice airport if you want to go in there. A bunch of Southwest flights go in there. I think there's a couple American flights. Small planes come into there. Can get foggy though sometimes. So can Sacramento this time of year actually, once the rain starts coming in. But there we go. We just made a left turn. You can see us moving down there on the Alpha. Yeah, Orbx, I think they did a pretty good job with this airport. It's nice to see Sacramento get some love. And more people are flying into it now, I've noticed. It's getting more on people's radar. It's just one of those airports just sitting there in the valley. There's our ride on the Bravo. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. We're going to be doing more of these. This is what I like to do on this channel. I haven't done one in a while. I haven't had much time, and you know, sometimes the lack of interest in recording. I just want to fly, but I'll be doing more of these, you know, when I feel like it. But with the release of the tablet, I was excited about that and really wanted to do a video showing that for the first time. Basically, just showing the PMDG with a tablet. You know, getting some footage of that for the very first time and getting to use it and documenting that. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. It's just kind of a lackluster release. You know, unfortunately, when you do that, you know, people like myself are going to make a video of it, and I don't know when I'll get back to making another video if they do update it. You know, it'll probably just be moving maps. But happy to have moving maps in here. It's adds to the flight, you know, but, you know, bring in the PDF viewer, please. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking it out. We're here in Sacramento. You guys take care. See ya.